welcome to another episode of Real Life with Ty. My name is Taika Simones, also known as Ty. I am the founder and host of Real Life with Ty. If it's your first time here, welcome. My loyal fans, welcome back. Let's get started.
You've got Ty on the line on her podcast. So what's on her mind? And for you now, you are listening to Ty on the line. You've got Ty on the line on her podcast. So what's on her mind? And for you now, you are listening to Ty on the line.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Life with Ty. So I'm gonna this week the spotlight is gonna go out to Atlanta, Georgia. I know that it's weird for the spotlight to be a place, but I have to tell you guys about my trip. Oh, Jesus. First and foremost, so I went to Atlanta with my best friend Mariah and one of my closest friends, Rita. It was their first time meeting each other. It went pretty good. You know how, like, when you're the friend in the middle, because, like, I've known Mariah since high school, and then I've known Rita. I think we're going on maybe 3-4 years now. And so it's like I know them, right? But they don't know each other. And, I mean, we did a group chat and things like that. But, like, okay, that's neither here nor there. But they were great. I feel like we got along well. You know, we got to kind of be around each other more, but nonetheless, it is what it is. So we went to Georgia. We went from Thursday to Sunday. You know, the first day, oh my gosh, like Thursday was exhausting. I forgot like how exhausting traveling is. Like the packing, going to the airport, the unpacking, the getting settled, the rental. Like it is exhausting. Like I totally forgot like how much energy that takes. So there's that. So we get there, we were exhausted, so hungry. We finally got something to eat, you know, being in the city. And I noticed now, like when I travel, it feels like I'm still in Florida. Like traveling to another state feels like I'm still in Florida. So it's like, okay, now I need to more so focus on the islands. I need to be more on the beach, more like, you know, something like that. Because I feel like, I don't know, state to state, I felt very much like I was in Florida. And mind you, it wasn't that far. It was like, what, an hour ride, an hour, 45 minutes plane ride. And I'm just like, yo, you know, it doesn't feel... I felt like I was away, but I didn't feel like I was away at the same time. I don't know. It was weird. And then Georgia was so packed. When I tell you it was so packed, like we literally couldn't even get reservations for dinner on Saturday night. There everywhere was booked. I mean, Ruth Chris, all of the steakhouses, the Skyview place, every single place, like every upscale restaurant we tried to go to for dinner on Saturday night was not happening. Thursday was, Friday, it was like, oh my gosh, we tried to go to the Trap House. No, Friday, actually, I lied. We went to the wine tasting. Oh my gosh, that was a good experience. But it was so long. Like we were literally, it was like 7-8 hours. We went to 4 wine places, 4 different wine places. We tried different wines from dries to moscatos to reds and whites, and it was a wonderful experience. There was a couple of wines that I discovered that I liked, and I planned on, you know, buying a bottle from. It was just like that part was nice. I've always wanted to go wine tasting. It was just really a good experience. We discovered a wine that was made out of honey, like this thing called meads, and you know, it was a learning experience. And then Friday, I'm sorry, my days were like mesh. Friday is when we try to go, you know, sightseeing and try to go out and stuff like that. That's when everything was just so packed. It was just so packed everywhere. It was like, it seemed like everybody and their mother was in Atlanta that weekend. Like, I don't know what it was. But then my friend was like, oh, the tickets were $36 and it was also spring break. But I'm like, gosh, darn it. Like, we tried to go to the trap house. The line was around the corner. The aquarium, the line was around. It just was, when I tell you everything was packed, everything was packed. We had went to the restaurant Old Lady Gang, which was one of the housewives, I believe, of Atlanta. Candy's, is it Candy? I believe it's Candy's restaurant. Okay, we went to Old Lady Gang. First of all, the food was, we waited in line for basically like 3-4 hours to get food. So I guess by that time you kind of like, you're over it. So that was the biggest highlight. It was just, oh my gosh, and Georgia had so much pollen. And then we went to Magic City, and Magic City was packed. I mean, we were getting pushed and tugged and pulled in so many different directions. There was no tables. I mean, it was crowded. Georgia was crowded. I didn't know that that's how y'all got down. It was definitely crowded, and I don't know. It was one of those trips. It felt just very overwhelming. But you know what the worst part was? On the way back, we didn't miss not one flight, not 2 flights. We did miss 2 flights, my bad. I was going to say 3, but it wasn't 3. We got on the 3rd one. We missed 2 flights that day. And let me tell you, I have never in my life missed a flight. Like, I've never missed a flight before. So missing this flight was like, well, not missing one, but missing 2 in a day was just like overwhelming. So getting back home on Sunday was just exhausting. And like, one rule of thumb I always do is like, if I come back from a trip, I always have the next day off just to like recuperate. And I was just so thankful for that, because I couldn't imagine going to work the next day after missing 2 flights the day before. Like, it was exhausting. But I don't know, Georgia was one hell of an experience. And I feel like I need a vacation from that vacation. But I'm going to New York next month, and I hope that that's, a better experience. But it's about to be cold as shit, so I don't even know how I'm going to survive that. So we'll see. But guys, oh my gosh. So this is the April 5th episode. This episode is when we are going to talk about the giveaway. So first, I'm just going to focus on the $200 giveaway. So the way that you guys can enter for the $200 giveaway is, what I'm going to do is, first, you're going to have to repost the flyer that I make. You're going to have to tag 2 friends. I'm going to start it this week. I have to double check what day. I believe it's April. Let me look at my calendar. Hold on, guys. It's going to be April. April 23rd is the day that I will announce the winner. But tomorrow I'm going to release the flyer. So basically what you do is you're going to have to repost the flyer, tag 2 friends, follow Effortless Cleaning Services. And every time you can enter as many times as you want. And every time you do it, I will go ahead and put your @ name in a jar. And then on the 23rd, I'll go ahead and do, I'll do the first one. So the first $100 will be given away on the 23rd. And then the second $100 will be given away on the 30th. So I'm going to start. The first flyer is going to be from the 5th to the 16th. So you'll have 2 weeks there. And then the second flyer will start on the 19th to the 29th. And you'll have that time frame to repost and things like that. And I will put your name in a jar every time I see the entry, and shake it up, and we'll do it so that you guys can win. I am so sorry. I know I sound like I'm so exhausted. I'm sorry guys. I'm recovering from a cold. I did not have Rona, but I was sick. I noticed like now people make it seem like you can't even get a regular cold anymore. It's like any sniffle, cough, sneeze, it's like, oh, you got Rona. Like, okay, there are still normal colds out here, people, and the weather drastically changed, which was another thing. And Georgia had a lot of freaking pollen. Oh my gosh, that shit was everywhere. So, I mean, I'm recovering from a cold, so if I sound exhausted, that's why. I'm so sorry. I've been chugging down Dayquil, making Haitian tea. I mean, everything to kind of sound better and not, because I hate being sick, honestly. So that's why I sound like this. So I apologize in advance, guys. But we're still gonna be doing the giveaways. I know that y'all stimmies done ran out, so you know I got y'all. Now, to talk about the matter at hand, ladies and gentlemen, you know what I wanted to talk about? And I seen this on Instagram the other day, and I said, yo, I got to talk about this. You know what I'm realizing? Like, this generation, our generation is weird as heck. Like, weird as hell. When I say y'all weird as hell, like, weird as hell. So, you know, this week we got a lot of things going on. We have the whole Sweetie and Quavio thing with the elevator. Don't know what the beef is with elevators, but it is what it is. The real thing is, and the real thing that I want to talk about is this right here. And I'm going to play it for y'all. Give me 1 second.
I'm going to get the perfect man. But I'm just saying, like, he going to have some issues. Like, everybody got issues.
So are you accepting to him cheating?
To be honest, I believe in cheating respectfully. I never tell my man, like, oh, you can go cheat on me. So cheating respectfully to me is cheating where I don't find out. Is having control over your other women, is using condoms and not having babies. Like, cheat respectfully, because believe it or not, your man is cheating. But I'm not leaving my man over a one-night stand with a period. I will only leave my man for three things. You bring me home an STD, you have a baby on me, or if you gay. Everything else is work outable for me. Yeah.
All right, guys. So that comes from this show called Notorious Queens. I've never watched it before. It's on one of those, like, you know, what's that thing called? It's on one of those little networks. So it's from Notorious Queens. I forgot this girl's name. Let me see if I can find it. Mehgan, is her name Mehgan? Yeah, her name is Mehgan James. So this comes from Mehgan James, and she was saying, you know, you heard the recording. Okay. I don't care what the situation is. Cheating is cheating. Okay? Cheating respectfully. If there is a thing, like, cheating is cheating. And for you to sit here and get on national TV and say, well, I'm only going to leave my man for 3 reasons. It's like, bruh, why are we so accepting of this shit? And I know that there's plenty of women out there who feel like that and may not say it. And I know that and don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people who come out and talked about cheating, and they have, you know, since then become a better man and have never cheated again. Like, for example, Charlemagne talks about his infidelity a lot. He talks about it on the radio. He talked about it in his book. DJ Envy talks about him cheating. He talked about it on the radio as well, and he talks about it on the podcast he has with his wife. I mean, Jay-Z even talked about cheating and what that meant for him. Kevin Gates. There's a lot of celebrities and people out there in the limelight who have come out and spoken about cheating and their road to infidelity, what happened, why they did it, and all of that stuff, and how they don't do it anymore, blase, blase. So I could understand how somebody being in a relationship, or more so being in a marriage and working through cheating, just because of the fact that, you know, your relationship is more important to you. It's worth fighting for. It's something that you don't want to let go. But to say that you will allow your man to continue to cheat, like, that's crazy to me. This episode was sponsored by Effortless Cleaning Services. Effortless Cleaning Services currently serves Palm Beach County, and their services include residential, commercial, and janitorial cleaning. Check them out on Instagram at Effortless C Services and click the link in the bio to book your next clean, making cleaning effortless for you. You will allow your man to continue to cheat? Like, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Because one thing that I've realized with men, y'all don't have boundaries. Like, men seriously don't have boundaries. It's like you give them an inch and they'll take a mile. Like, as a woman, we have to be the one to set the boundaries and set the bar as to like what you will allow and what you won't allow, because any little thing that you let go, like, you giving that man opportunity and space to like do whatever the fuck he wants. And I just think that that's wild. Like, that's wild. Like, the more and more I think about it, it's just like the more and more I realize that we are like letting go of all of the norms. Like, we were letting go of the idea of marriage. We're letting go of the idea of monogamy. We're letting go of the idea of, okay, I'm with this person's with me, and that's it. And I don't know if it's social media. I don't know if it's the generation. I don't know what it is that's making it like a thing, but like, it's not. It's not. And I mean, I'm all for, living in your truth, living in your life, and, living your life the way you want to live it, and not letting other people influence you or make you think that this is the way or whatever. But I still believe in marriage. I still believe in the unity. I still believe in I still believe in happy couples. I believe that there's people out there that are in relationships and have never cheated on each other. I believe that there are marriages out there that are happy. And not everything is a walk in the park. But I mean, for me to come out and deliberately say, like, it's okay for my man to cheat respectfully, like, oh, hell no. And for me to believe that my man is cheating, like, no. Like, that's wild. Like, I'm really sitting here thinking about it. Like, when I heard it, I was like, whoa. Like, that's wild. And I'm just wondering, like, how many other women out there feel like that? And I know, like, I'm probably the last person to talk, especially because it's like, okay, first of all, Ty, you have a whole baby out of wedlock. Yes. I do have a baby out of wedlock. Yes. I am considered, in the statistic route, because I did go ahead and have a baby before marriage and blase. Yes. But at the same time, like, I still want to be married. I still want to have a husband. I still want to, live that. I just don't want to rush into marriage because of a kid, because that's when you start to have all of those issues, because it's not for the right reasons. And I do believe that two people who decide to get married for the right reasons, will always end up working things out. That cheating thing, I don't know. Y'all doing too much for me. Y'all doing too much for me. I feel like this week was just, whew. With Lil Nas in his shoes. I don't even want to say the name of what it was on this podcast, because I don't play with stuff like that. But I feel like this generation plays way too much with heaven and hell. Like, y'all joke about that way too much for my liking. Like, I don't even play games like that. I don't he about nothing like that. Like, I don't know, I feel like we wildin'. It's just, well, not even we. Let me take that back. I feel like y'all is wildin'. Like, no. That's just not how we should be moving forward as a society, as a generation, as women, but to each his own. And then that's one thing that I realized, to each his own. You can't make nobody do nothing they don't want to do. You can't force somebody to whatever works for them, because there's women out there who is hard down. My man loves me. He would never cheat on me. And he's, the biggest cheater in the world. I mean, it goes both ways. And there's people out there who strongly do feel like, their relationship is not worth losing over a little cheating. teach his own. I just hope that, men have the same energy. But that's the thing. Men could never accept. I wonder why. Like, I want to know why. Why can men never accept a woman cheating when they cheat themselves? Like, I really want to know. I'm going to ask. Like, that's my question. Like, why can't men accept women cheating when they cheat themselves? And it's just the moral of the story is that men could never take what they dish out. Because a guy gets his heart broken one time, he's a hoe forever. You feel me? But a woman, like, we're able to get our heart broken, heal ourselves, get back on our grind, do it again, and, like, bounce back and still be able to be a great lover, still be able to be a great wife, still be able to be a great nurturer, listener, communicator, provider. But, I mean, there is women who do get their heart broken and turn into hoes as well. Like, it's inevitable. It goes both ways. But it's just more likely for a man to do it because women, we're built different. That's why I feel like men, like, weak. Y'all weak as fuck. Some of y'all are weak as fuck. It's like y'all can't take the shit that y'all put out. Y'all can't take half the shit that y'all do to women. And it's just crazy. Like, it's crazy. I'm really gonna, like, that's really gonna be a conversation for me this week. Why can't men handle women cheating? Like, why can't you handle being cheated on? What's the beef? But y'all boys, I'm gonna wrap this up because, I'm gonna wrap this up. So, I'm going to go ahead and post a flyer for the giveaway this week. Yeah, I'm gonna post a flyer for the giveaway this week. I'm going to go ahead and have the instructions on there as well. So, we're going to have 2 giveaways. Both will be $100 to 2 people, one on the 23rd and the second one on the 30th. So, I will definitely be posting a flyer this week. Holla at your girl. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you guys for listening to this podcast. If you are trying to figure out ways to support the podcast, what you can do is rate the podcast, follow, comment, subscribe, download on any platform that you are listening to this podcast on. Tell a friend, repost it on any platform that you are listening to the podcast. Use hashtag Real Life with Ty. The more that you do that is the more ways that other people can also find the podcast and help us get out there. And as you guys know, if you have any questions, suggestions, or want to leave me any comments, feel free to DM me at Real Life with Ty. That's also my Twitter and Instagram. Or you can email me at reallifewithty@gmail.com. Holla.
You've got Ty on the line on her podcast. So what's on her mind? And for you now, you are listening to Ty on the line.